We were talking about energy drinks when we were playing Run Like Hell, the game that we've been playing for chill streams right now. And the reason for that is because, I don't know if you know this, but Run Like Hell was sponsored by, or featured very heavily to the point of sponsorship, product placement for Ball's energy drink, specifically so that they could have the tagline, grab your balls and run like hell. Haha. We were talking about energy drinks whenever we were playing that game, and I mentioned how around where I live there's a chain of gas stations that are called Stripes, and they mostly serve the South Texas to Central Texas area. That's about where their territory ends, and they're all owned by the same corporation. They used to be Circle K stores at one point that were all franchised by the same company. And then when they realized that they had enough capital to do their own thing, they closed all of their franchised Circle K's and then immediately replaced them with their own gas station creation called Stripes. And they, of course, they had the outreach or the connections to make their own store brand or generic brand, beef jerky and candies and sunflower seeds, all like the little sundries you buy from gas stations. But their in-house energy drink was called Quake, and they sold it for, I think, like $2.29 a can. So it was just slightly cheaper than Monster and Rockstar, and definitely cheaper than Red Bull and all that other stuff. And of course it tastes like knockoff Monster. It tastes like rot gut. It's whatever. But I guess it's got caffeine in it, so it'll give you energy. Yeah, that's what they sell there. And when you have an energy drink, this is cola. This is not the same. But when you have an energy drink, there's usually a disclaimer on the can somewhere that says, "Do not consume more than 2 servings in a 24-hour period." And one serving of an energy drink is 8 ounces. So the energy drink, this is a 12-ounce can. So energy drinks are in cans that are slightly taller. They're in 16-ounce cans. So that's 2 servings per can. That's it. Don't drink any more per day. Now, we actually looked it up and found out that you have to consume one between 5 and 10 grams of energy drink or caffeine for it to be fatal. So that's 5,000 to 10,000 milligrams of caffeine. That's a lot. One thing that I noticed about Quake is that it actually appeared inside the soda fountains at Stripes one day. This was like 15 years ago, so this is like, because my brother and I, we used to go to Stripes and we used to get hot dogs and burritos and chili cheese dogs, and they had all sorts of great food there. And would also go and fill up we had empty drink cups that would fill up, and then the refills would be like fucking 49 cents for the big gulp of soda. You can't beat that. So we'd make a Friday night out of it and stay up late playing video games. And I remember seeing inside the soda fountains that they had Quake, and I was like, that doesn't seem responsible. And I squirted a little bit of the Quake into my cup, and I took a sip of it, and I was like, no, yeah, that's Quake. And so these are the ones that sell like big gulp cups that are 64 ounces. Like 64-ounce soda cups is the biggest size that they have there. I asked Google Assistant, that's half a gallon. Half a gallon. And you could theoretically fill that up with Quake and drink it. And then we found out one way through another, like chat did the math and found out that that's 1,000 milligrams of caffeine in that much Quake. So it's approaching the 5,000 milligrams that would be lethal, but it's not lethal enough to kill you. But I still wouldn't drink it. And I was thinking, what happened? It was only there for about a week. It was only in the vending machines for about a week, because some fucking idiot went up there, and even if you put ice in the cup, it's maybe 7 servings of energy drink instead of 8. Because the ice takes up like 1 serving, takes up 8 ounces of ice. But you know, some idiot went and filled up a 64-ounce cup of Quake and drank it, and his heart fucking exploded. Like, you know, you know that's what happened, because we were in there the next week and Quake was out of the tap. They did not have it on tap anymore. It was replaced with like Diet Pepsi caffeine free or something like that. Just whatever was there to begin with. Just recently, about a year ago, I was driving somewhere. I think I may have been driving up to Houston or driving up to Dallas or somewhere. And I pulled over for gas around Ingleside and went into the Stripes there and filled up. And I was going to the cooler to buy a Quake and to maybe buy a hot dog or something to eat on my way up on the trip, because it's like a 3-hour, 5-hour drive, and I just wanted to get something in me. And I saw, as I walked past the soda fountains again, that Quake was on tap again in the soda fountain. And I took a picture and I texted it to my brother. I'm like, it looks like they're playing with fire again at the Stripes. And I haven't been through that area since then to see if it's ever been pulled from the tap machines. But they don't have it here where I live. They don't have it in my neighborhood. And I don't know if they still have it over where I filled up for gas that one time. But I just thought it was funny that, like, after all this time, they went ahead and put it back inside the soda fountains because they didn't learn their lesson the first time. But I guarantee what happened is somebody drank too much Quake and they got sick. Maybe not fatally sick, but sick enough for the company to be like, this is a liability. We need to take this out of our vending machines and just sell the regular cans. So, and yeah, they may have done it near common trucking routes. I guess truckers would be the target demographic to buy 64 ounces of Quake. That's the thing, though, is that it's objectively a good deal, because you buy the can of Quake is like $2, but if you have your own fill-up mug, which a lot of people who drive all the time, they do have an empty cup that they reuse at Stripes, you could fill that 64 ounces cup up with Quake, and it would cost you 49 cents. Or 69 cents now, I think. It's gone up in price. But still, it's way cheaper. If you were to buy 64 ounces of Quake in cans, you'd spend like $8. So getting it for less than $1 is a pretty good deal. And I could see somebody justifying it like that. And then, of course, they chug it down all in one go. And two things happen. One, their pee turns bright yellow. Two, their kidneys melt and their heart explodes. So